Okay, so I was outside my door this morning heading to the gym when my guildmate sends me the Hyoh trailer, and I just look at it and I go, holy shit. I decide to hit up the gym anyway, and I start planning a cool video that I can show you. Maybe I go over his kit on the FFBE wiki or show some footage from the game of what he did. But then that insufferable Orange ruined everything by doing exactly the video that I had planned in his Hyoh video. I mean, how dare he? My first thought was that I need to one-up this Eileen preaching, new player teaching, whale who is beaching nerd. All right, what did Orange show you in his video? One Hyoh using Extreme Nova? Nice highlight there, Jay. How about 5 Hyohs using Extreme Nova? Yeah, and I leveled each one for that clip. What, he showed you the Hyoh wiki page and said that he was a physical damage dealer with some chaining possibly? Come on, Mr. Oron, you can do better than that. I'm not going to show you the web page. I'm going to go straight to the source. Here we go. There's all my Hyohs. We're going to go to my max level one, and we're going to look at them in his actual game page here. Okay, this is the extra little something that Mysidia brings to his videos. Here we go. So first of all, his Super Trust Master, we didn't have Super Trust Masters in War of the Visions, is the Ultima weapon. So that's going to be pretty sick, although maybe that's going to be a bingo board weapon that we'll see. And then we also have his TMR, which is his clothes. So this is probably going to be his TMR in the actual game itself. Has Blade Master, which gives him some attack, and there's no ability on this or anything. There's no resistances, just some attack and some defense. We'll see how much that translates to the actual game. But what's actually cool, he's got some magic. You know, he's got a bunch of skills here that I have not actually upgraded. But let's kind of zoom in here for a sec and look at the cool things that Hyoh can do. I mean, first of all, he can wield hammers. Okay, he can wield flails. He can use shields and equip all types of armor. Now, is that going to make it into War of the Visions? Yeah, I think honestly, confirmed here first before anybody else. Hyoh's going to be a hammer wielding unit, but actually, what's more likely is that he's going to be a great sword wielding unit based on, again, this Ultima weapon, which is a great sword, but he will also maybe be I mean, he should be a plate user, like an armor user, but he could also technically be a cloth user based on his FFBE profile. Now, in case you're wondering who Hyoh really is, I mean, it's already been, I mean, it's widely being spoiled, and not really spoiled because the game's been out forever, but we can go ahead into his equipment here and head on over to this skin page. What? He's Rain? Oh my goodness. Now, speaking of, you know, Orange not bringing up all the relevant information. I don't know who said that. Thank you very much for bringing that up. But we actually have Neo Vision Rain here. And what's this? We hit the Brave Shift button. Boom, it's Hyoh again. Wow. Okay, so we've got another Hyoh, and we can go ahead and check what he has going on here, because there's all sorts of other skills that we might see brought over to FFBE, including things like Astral Edge and Ashblade. Wow, those are really cool names that Orange didn't mention in his video. And there's, you know, there's other things, including his Limit Burst, which is Ultimate Nova. Now, we're not going to get that necessarily, but wow, I mean, Extreme is maybe below Ultimate. I don't actually know about that one, but, you know, lots of information to be gathered here. Okay, in all seriousness, fair play to Orange for getting his video up this morning. I'm not actually mad, but I was legitimately annoyed because I had this whole plan, and that's just kind of a peek behind the glass of what it's like being a content creator. It's not all fun and games and talking to Justin on live streams, although, you know, I've actually only been on one of those. Okay, so let's actually take a look at his promo and kind of react to that. Oh-ho. Special unit, everybody.
Without power, nothing can be changed.
Very cool voice acting.
I will not waver. I will decide the fate of our enemies.
Oh, I wonder who that could be.
You just sit back and watch. You'll regret this. Burn up! Extreme Nova!
Oh, he said it. He said the thing.
Game over.
Oh, that is so awesome. Okay, so first of all, saying game over is very meta. Love that. Coming in April, so right after we get Sephiroth and Yuffie, all of those fun VCs and stuff. And if we go back here a little bit, right there, he is confirmed to be fire. So we know he's going to be a fire unit global unit, so 100 cost. This is a really big deal for the fire element. Lots of stuff coming up. We really need to talk about the implications of this. All right, so the implication of this release means that we are going to have a even steadier influx of 100 cost units into War of the Visions, and fire in general is going to be a very, very busy element. So if you can see down at the bottom here, we're just where Sephiroth and Yuffie are, right? And after that, when there's vision cards and things that are coming out as well. And then after that, we'll get Resoul, and probably around that time is also when we're going to be getting the Glex. So maybe before Resoul or maybe right after her. We're not exactly sure how that will line up, but that's when it's going to happen. So then we get Hyoh. Then Full Metal Alchemist comes, Stern comes. For fire, we've got Mustang, and then a stream of more 100 cost units before Final Fantasy VI reruns, and Kefka comes out, who is another fire unit. So if we actually look specifically at fire, that means I'm going to be pulling for Yuffie, I'm going to be pulling for Roy, I'm going to be pulling for Kefka, and I'm going to be pulling for our buddy Hyoh. So that's 4 units. That also includes 2 vision cards to pull for. Probably a third for Hyoh. We'll get a global original vision card as well. So that's 3 vision cards, 4 units. And then there's things like Dark Ifrit that we have to consider. And if you wanted to be going into any other element, for example, lightning is kind of an element that I'm very interested in. And Alphonse is somebody that I really like as a character. So I was thinking maybe I'll be going for Alphonse. I don't know if that's going to be possible anymore. I mean, we just don't know. Another thing that is really on my radar is that I'd very much like the Halloween Ryu TMR finally. And if they decide to like throw that in somewhere as just like a curveball to get people to spend Visio, I wouldn't put it past Gumi to do that. I would be really in a pinch wanting to do that as well. So it's going to be busy season for us. A lot of 100 cost units, lots to think about when you're planning out what you want to do. Before we wrap things up, I have a couple of questions about Hyoh that, maybe we can discuss together. You can put your predictions in the comments down below. And the first one is kind of where is he going to fit into the fire team? Is he going to be evasive? We already have 3 fire evasion units. Maybe you want to fit in King Lant as well. So that's going to be kind of putting a hat on a hat. Maybe we don't need that. So maybe he's going to be a bulky DPS, looking for something like Courage and Re-Raise. And the Neovision version of Hyoh does actually have guts, but I think that this is more likely based off of the 7-star version, which does not have guts. So, we could see it. The other question that I have is he's coming right after Sephiroth. Is he going to counter Sephiroth? And that's going to be pretty hard to do because Sephiroth has a lot of slash and defense penetration. So maybe Hyoh can reduce slash resist penetration like the new Howlet does. Or maybe he's going to have increased dark resistance for some reason, which doesn't really make sense story-wise because Rain is kind of falling to darkness. He's cutting off his emotion when he's becoming Hyoh. So if anything, he'd be weak to darkness. But still, we have to kind of wonder, is this who he's intended to combat against? And how is he actually going to do that? I'm curious what kind of predictions you all have. And otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the trailer as much as I did. I'm literally so pumped right now. The only thing that's giving me a headache is how I'm going to save all this Visior for all of these many, many good things that are coming up. It's honestly a pretty exciting time to be in the game after a bit of a lull period. One final note, I hope you all have a really fun time in the official live stream tonight. I will probably miss most of it and have to watch it later because it's on a Saturday night and I have something that's booked already. So unfortunately, I really want to watch the stream. I'm not able to, but I'm sure that everyone will catch me up on Discord, etc. as it's happening. All right, see you all later.